Welcome back to Great North Gaming. It's great to have you here with us today, and it's time to continue our Year 8 season simulation with our defending back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Vancouver Canucks. So if you missed the last episode, we had a crazy offseason where we ended up trading away Austin Matthews. We also traded away Connor Geekie and our backup goaltender Alex Medvedev, but Matthews was the big trade. We brought in Maddox Schultz, and then we got back a lot of draft picks. So really nice team this year. So we can take a look at the lines here heading into this year. So our first line is going to be Gary Lowe, Jack Hughes, and Nico Hischier. So Gary Lowe has an amazing shot, amazing offensive awareness. He can't pass the puck, but hopefully he can score a lot of goals and he can really grow this year alongside of Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier. Second line is going to be Brandon Vopolti, Maddox Schultz, and Ashton Robbins. Third line is going to be Miles Mullen, Brandon Coots, and Ryan Leonard. Easily could be our second line, but it's our third line. I want these guys to grow. Fourth line is going to be Skorskov, Welch, and Ridley Gregg. Defensively, is looking the same as always. Quinn Hughes and Bobby Jennings, Ben Danford and Luke Hughes, Corpian and Rylan Singh. And in the cage, we have William Lassell and Moisevich. Our power play lines are looking like this. Howard Schultz, Ashton Robbins, Gary Lowe, Quinn, and Luke Hughes. We're going to give those guys the ice time there. And then Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier, Ryan Leonard, Ridley Gregg, and Vopolti is going to be on the second. Penalty kill, Nico Hischier, Brandon Coots, Welch, and Ryan Leonard, and Vopolti and Ridley Gregg. Just trying to get these guys some extra ice time. We can change that if we want to. So I'm very confident with this team this year. I don't know if we're going to... I think we have a chance to go back-to-back or three-time Stanley Cup champions here. I don't know if we're going to get the fifth President's Trophy. That might be a little bit tougher to do this year with all the young guns, but we are looking for that third Stanley Cup. So this is what brings me to the question to you guys, the fans, the audience of these videos. What do you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see this year just finished and we can start up a brand new franchise mode? Do we want to continue this on? If we want to continue on moving forward here, so option one is moving off after this year. We'll try to win the third Stanley Cup. If we don't, either way, we call it a successful franchise mode. We've pretty much built a dynasty here in Vancouver. There's not too much more to do. But if you guys want to see some more years with this team, I'm more than willing to do that. But if we decide to do that, we essentially have two directions that we can go with this team. Because we are in contract hell soon. So if we take a look at our all expiring players, so we have Maddox Schultz that's expiring next year or this year, Gary Lowe, Ashton Robbins, Rylan Singh, Welch, Morrison, and Ridley Gregg. So these guys are going to want, this is like $15 million, $20 million here that we're going to have to pay. I think, Maddox Schultz, he wants 12 by 7, which isn't too bad for a 22-year-old player at all, not at all. Gary Lowe wants 5 for 1 year, so that's 17. Ashton Robbins, he wants 5, so that's 23. Rylan Singh is 3, so that's 26. So call it $28 million that we would have to spend to keep these guys. So that brings me to the second point. If we're going to continue on with this team, there's essentially two paths that we can take with this team. The first path is we continue to build around the Hughes brothers. We let these guys retire with this team. We keep them together for the rest of their entire careers. Maybe we try to move off of a Nico Hischier and keep some of these guys, but we just start flipping Maddox Schultz and all of our RFAs for more RFA. Just keep retooling the team with our RFAs and keep the contracts low so that we can play with the Hughes brothers. Or what the smart way to build the team would be even though that Jack and Quinn are right in their prime, we have a plethora of young players here. Like Bobby Jennings is 23, Danford's 26, Maddox Schultz is 22, Ryan Leonard's 27, Coots is 25, Mulin's 24, Gary Lowe's 22, Robbins is 21, Vapolti's 20, Skorkov's 23, Ryland Singh's 24, Welch is 22, Corpian's 23, and Lascelles 24. So, like, we have a great young core here that we could continue to build a dynasty with if we decided to move off of Jack, Quinn, Jack and Quinn and Nico Hischier. We could build the core around Luke because he's 29. Quinn's going to be 33 this year. Jack's going to be 22. So we definitely have to make a decision on what we want to do with this team if we want to continue on. If we don't want to continue on, we're in a great place this year to add to this team at the trade deadline because we got back a lot of assets. So we have almost $6 million in cap space this year, but we have our first 3 seconds, 4 thirds, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, and a seventh, and we have our first, second, and third for next year as well. So we're in a good place to add to this team if we want to make some roster improvements as we head into the playoffs, which we more than can do maybe on the offensive core, upgrade some of these guys. So if this is the last year, but if this is not the last year, I say we can still build up some assets, but after this year, we'd have to look at trading away Nico Hischier for sure. We'd have to look at trading away Quinn and Jack, probably, at least one of them, in order to sign all those players. And we can't really give any contract extensions right now because we don't have a whole lot of money. Like, we only have $7 million in contract extensions. So we can try to work out some deals here with Gary Lowe and Ashton Robbins. The problem is they don't want contract extensions, and I'd want to sign them long term. I don't want to do a 1-year deal, so I think we're going to have to wait on these guys. Luckily, they're all RFAs, so we can make that decision later in the off season. So let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see. Do we want to continue on with this franchise mode or start a new one? So let me know down in the comments. And with that all being said, let's get into the regular season here. We will have our coaching conversation with Craig Berube. What do you have to say, my man? Season goals. Compete for the cup, I agree. And preseason, let's do 5v5 focused. Perfect. So let's get to work. So let's hop up to the beginning of the regular season. Oh, so we actually had Moisevich sign a contract extension. I think he was like $800,000, so we gave him that to lock him up for the next 2 years. So back with the regular season. Alrighty, boys. So we're up here at the beginning of the regular season. We'll see what this team has in store for us. I'm a little nervous. We have a lot of new young players with this team, and we open it. Oh, I forgot to sim the first game of the season. That's okay. We won 2-1, but then we get shut out in the next 2 games. Oh, are we going to have a goal scoring problem this year? Some big wins up against Utah and Dallas, a loss against Utah, a win against Boston, a big win against Edmonton, loss to the Panthers, and a win against Columbus. So 6-4-1, we're at the top of our division. It's way too early to see what's going to happen here. So we're in November. That's a shootout win. Ryan Leonard's been injured till January 26th. I got to call up some depth. I'll take care of this. We'll be right back. Alrighty, so with Ryan Leonard being out till January 23rd, we brought up Jesse Curry. So he'll be slotting in there on the 4th line. He's also getting some power play time. We can just do best lines down in the AHL. So we'll keep going here. We'll get November done here. We're 8-4-2 now. Yeah, it seems like we've found our legs here. Team seems to be playing pretty well. 12-4-2 to start the season. We like to see that. some big wins here. Came up against Montreal. That's a big win, 5-2, 5-4 win in overtime. Okay, so not too bad. 15-6-3, 33 points. We are second place in the NHL next to the Buffalo Sabres. So let's get December done here, and we can take a look at the stats, see what's working, if we need to adjust anything here. Ooh, Nico Heischer's been injured till December 14th. That's not too long. We'll just replace a player in there. Some bit of a losing streak here. Maybe it wasn't a best idea there. We'll get him back in after the San Jose game. Let me get Nico Hischier back in there. We'll be right back. Okay, so Nico Hischier's back in there. 18-7-6. At least those a bit of a losing streak there. We picked up some points, which is good to see. A shutout over Calgary. Yeah, we're a good team. I'm not too worried. I think when you have the defensemen in this game, it's kind of OP having like Quinn and Luke and Jennings and Danford. Like, it's kind of OP. 25-8-6 here. Where do we stand? 56 points. We are way ahead in the league here. So let's take a look at the stats, see what's working. I don't think we need to make any line changes at this moment. Quinn Hughes is leading the team in points, but we'll just take a look at forward. So Jack Hughes is 40 points, Maddox Schultz 26, Gary Lowe 25, Vapolti 21, Nico Hischier 21, Ashton Robbins 20, Gridley Gregg 16, Mullen. Okay, everyone's playing pretty well. I would like to see more goals from Gary Lowe there. 14 and 40, okay. Defenseman, Quinn Hughes. Yeah, Quinn and Luke are just killing it. Quinn's 45 points in 39 games. Luke 31 and 39. Jennings 20. Danford 17 assists. No goals yet. Ryland Singh, Corpian. And then goaltenders, LaSalle 25-8-6. A 9-15 and a 242. Ooh. I do not think we have auto-rotate goalies on. Let's fix that. I'm surprised LaSalle did not get injured playing that much, but maybe we'll have a little bit better results here. He's played a lot of hockey already. And we don't really need to take a look at the league stats. Let's just continue on here. January 23rd is when Ryan Leonard's coming back, so we'll get up to there. That's a win against the New York Rangers. It's a loss against the Buffalo Sabres. A win against the New York Islanders. So a nice little New York road trip there, and head over to Philly there, 4-1 win. Dallas and Winnipeg. Okay, take 2 out of 4 points. Ryan Leonard is back, but we will wait up until the 23rd to make sure that he is fully healthy. 30-10-7, your Vancouver Canucks are, and a 7-0 win over the Toronto Maple Leafs. How are they doing? 21-18-6. Okay, Medvedev's helping them out there. So 69 points, very nice. We are top of the league. So let me get Ryan Leonard back in there. We'll be right back. So quick note here, Jesse Curry didn't do too bad there. 6 goals, 4 assists in 35 games, averaging 10 minutes on ice. Not too bad. Alrighty, so we got a couple games left here in this month. Honestly, we can just take it right up to the trade deadline here. There's no need to stop the simulation. We're playing well. We're on pace to win our 5th President's Trophy in a row, so that's pretty successful, and to 3 Stanley Cup Finals. Even if we don't win this year, this team's still set up for the next, 10 years to be a dominant force, especially with salary cap keep going up. This team could be very insane. 36-12-7. It's nice we're seeing some more regulation or overtime losses this year, so we get some more points. I don't need anyone on this team. We will look to add at the trade deadline, like to make this team even better. If there's a stud available, I'm going to make that trade. Might as well to try to go for the three-peat. Win against Detroit. And can we win this game up against Minnesota here? Let's just do a quick sim. First period, Korpian gets a shorthanded goal. Second period, Marichenko and Traff get the goal. Third period, we tie it up there. The Hughes brothers, but Kaprizov gets one there. And they're going to take it in overtime. Okay, well, at least we get a point there. So at the trade deadline here, your Vancouver Canucks have 87 points. We are top of the NHL. The Philadelphia Flyers are only 1 point behind us. And they have 2 games in hand. So the President's Trophy is not a lock for this year. So we'll take a look at the player stats again. We'll see how everyone's doing. Quinn is having an absolute phenomenal season. Now let's take a look at the forwards here. So Gary Lowe, he's turned on the goal scoring there. 25 goals. That's pretty nice there. Jack Hughes is having a good year. 65 points, 31 goals. Nico Hischier, 42 points. Maddox Schultz, 40 points. Ashton Robbins, 31. Volpolti, 29. Ridley Gregg, 27. Mullen. Okay, most people are having pretty good seasons here. I can't complain too much. Welch, okay, maybe he's not performing great. Defenseman, yeah, these guys are just absolutely nuts. Jennings and Danford are doing their thing. Ryland, Singh, and Korpian. Lascelles is a 37, 15, and 8, a 9, 16, and a 241. Moisevich, 2, 2, and 1, 9, 17, and 246. So not too bad stats there from our goaltender. So let's get into the trade deadline here, and we'll see what's available and then what we're willing to give up. Let's go. All right, so we're here at the trade deadline, and Dylan Guenther is available. That would be really nice for the offense there. Get another sniper in there. I'd be willing to do that. So Dylan Guenther, who would we be willing to give up for Dylan Guenther? So forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Skorkov, I want to keep. Ridley Gregg, no. Gary Lowe, no. Welch. Could trade a Welch. Do we have enough centers? 1, 2, 3. Okay, we would think we would be fine. So we could put Welch in this trade. We would need them to retain some salary. That's okay. We don't need them to... Well, let's get them to retain a 50% so we can possibly make another move. So Welch, our first-round pick, and how about Carolina's second? So Welch, a first and a second for Dylan Guenther. Will it go through? Trade rejected. Probably is going to have to be 2 first-round picks, honestly. Yeah, so 2 first-round picks for Welch and Welch for Guenther. Will it go through? No. And a second. Will it go through? Still quite far off. Yet he's a stud. Okay, you don't want any of my guys. I'll throw you another second. Will it go through? Trade rejected. What if I lower the salary a little bit here? Will it go through? trade rejected. Okay, I don't know if this one's going to work. Do we have Curry I want to keep? Could throw in this Matthias guy instead of the second there. Will it go through? Trade accepted. Okay, that's a big deal. We got Dylan Gunther. So what do we have for cap space now? We still have 2.5 million bucks, so we can look for like a $5 million player if there's someone that makes sense. Frederick Nielsen, playmaker, center. He's good defensively, good all around. Okay, I'd be willing to make this trade here. So we'll give up 2 seconds. Vancouver would be over the league maximum salary cap. Get them to retain. Perfect. 2 seconds in there. Skaters matching block. You're not... I'll throw in that Summers guy because you want him. Rookie skaters. Morrison. Aginla. Could give him Joe Aginla. Give him a shot somewhere else. So 2 seconds, Summers and Joe Aginla for Nielsen at 50% retained. Yari Curry goes down. That's fine. There's no waivers there. Trade accepted. So we just made 2 massive deals to bring it. Like our forward core is stacked now. And we still have $2 million bucks. If we can, like, if there's someone else that makes sense here, let's go all in this year. Jonathan Lekramaki, no. That'd be fun to bring back, but I'd be looking for like a 2-way forward, I would think. Trevor Zegras, no. Berkeley Caton, Adrian Kempe. How good is Adrian Kempe? 80 overall, no. Doracek, that's a horrible deal for me, no. Let's see who else is available here. Connor Zary. He's got term left. I don't want that. Heineman. Heineman could be interesting. Good overall. He's got an X factor. Let's try to get Heineman on this team. Why not? So we'll have to trade a roster player. So what we can do is we can give up Morrison here. Okay, that will go through straight up. So we're good from the salary cap front. We'll give up a second for next year. So Morrison in a second for Heineman. Trade accepted. Okay. So we added 3 big pieces at this trade deadline. I think we have done as much as we can do. I don't think we have any more salary cap. We are pretty much maxed out. Like, let's take a look at our forward core. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so Curry's not on the team. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let me sort by overall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so, maybe a Skorkov comes out. 5 goals, 7 assists. he can sit on the bench, and Curry's already down. Who's the other guy who's going to come out? We'll have to figure that out, but so let's hop to the line changes. Alrighty, boys, take a look at this team. So the first line, Nico Hischier, Jack Hughes, and Dylan Guenther. Second line, Gary Lowe, Maddox Schultz, and Felix Nielsen at a +3 now. Third line, Miles Mullen, Brandon Volpolti, and Ashton Robbins, +1. The fourth line, Ryan Leonard, Brandon Coots, and Ridley Gregg. Defensively, still saying the same. The power plays are looking like this. And the penalty kills pretty much staying the same. But we did put Dylan Guenther there on the penalty kill. And goalies still the same. Lascelles actually up to a 92 now. Mosevich is up to a 90 or 85. And take a look at this bench. So we have Skorkov and Heineman on the bench in case there is any injury. So 2 85s on the bench. This team is absolutely stacked. We are ready to go on a deep run in the playoffs again. So let's get this regular season finished off with. We got about 20 games remaining to go. That's a loss against Winnipeg. If we want to win the Presidents, we need to go off here at the end of the season. And if we have any games against the Philadelphia Flyers, that would be great to win. At least get some points in the games you're going to lose there, boys. Game against Calgary here. Can we bounce back? That's a 4-0 win. That's a loss against Anaheim, so we're kind of trailing off here at the end of the season. We're still like top of our division here. It's not like we're going to miss the playoffs or anything, but it is a little bit concerning. But we aren't going to win the Presidents 5 years running. Can't win it every year. Got 4 more games left here. If we can win those, that would be great. That's 2 more wins. That's a loss against LA and against the Colorado Avalanche. That's a win. 109 points. Yeah, we lost the President's Trophy this year. That's not good. But that's okay. Still had a great year. Bit of a setback year. We didn't have Austin Matthews, so we'll get up to the end of the regular season here, and we got the Vegas Golden Knights in the first round. So that should be a good series to get to. But let's take a look at the stats for the year, see what we did for the year. So we'll take a look at the team stats first. So overall in the league, we were 4th in the league. Not too bad. We weren't too far out of first place. Goals for per game, 3.46. That's good. 2.62 goals against. 24% on the power play. 82% on the penalty kill. Maybe that's not great. We'll maybe adjust those lines. We'll adjust our lines heading in to the playoffs as we usually do. So good season there. The player stats, let's take a look at the forwards. So Dylan Guenther, how did he do with us? 17 points in 18 games. Okay. Jack Hughes, 38. Nico Hischier, 59 and 77. So a bit of a down year there for Nico. Gary Lowe, 56. 34 goals, though, so that's a good year for Gary. Maddox Schultz, 53. Felix Nielsen, what do you do with us? 11 points in 18 games. Ashton Robbins, 34. Ridley Gregg, 34. Heineman, he didn't play for us. Mullen, 32. Volpolti, 31. Coots, 22. Leonard, 19. Skorkov. All right, so pretty good year all around. Quinn Hughes, 98 points. What a year. Luke Hughes, 79. Danford, 40 points. Jennings, 36. Ryland Singh, 27. And Corpian, 86. Lascelles, 70 games played, 43, 19, and 8. 3 shutouts, a 9-13, 251. And Mosevich, not great, 7, 6, and 1. Maybe we would have done better if we had Medvedev. We did have 2 88-plus goaltenders for a couple of years. entire league, actually. That's pretty cool. So Quinn Hughes is going to take home the Art Ross this year. That's pretty sick. Austin Matthews had a good year in Detroit there. Had 94 points. Cale Makar, 90. Okay. So pretty good year all around. Goaltenders, Lascelles. Kosa had a little bit better save percentage, more wins. Sell had a better goals against, so it's pretty close. I don't know who's going to take that race. Maybe Lascelles will take it. So, a very successful year number 8 for your Vancouver Canucks. We do not 5-peat on the President's Trophy, but that's okay. We're more focused on the Stanley Cup. So, let me know down in the comments if you want the next video to be the last video with the Vancouver Canucks and see if we can go out Stanley Cup champions one more time, or do we want to continue on with this series, maybe go 10, 12 years? Let me know down in the comments. So if you like this video, please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know down in the comments what you think about the franchise mode, what direction we should be going in, and until next time, peace.